So I think we answered the question if there's any connectivity between the past scenes. There really isn't. It's just stories.
Which honestly, I'm okay with, to be to be honest.
I wasn't sure how long that intro was going to last. Because like, if this whole thing is about the Light Horseman, I could be okay with that. I'm not exactly sure they're going to do an entire episode without Maya, but if that's going to draw into what she's actually getting her powers from and stuff, but
I wonder if that was going to be the plan, to have an episode devoted entirely to the light horses, but since that's not the case, at least we still get a really cool flashback.
yeah, and it ties in directly because she takes care of business like the Light Horseman did, and they connect back and forth in the scene at the roller rink. So we get our first like actual bloody scene that was advertised as how this is supposed to be the bloody MCU show, which compared to the rest, yes, it is.
Yep.
Vicky goes bye-bye pretty spectacularly. Did not care for that guy at all.
No. I love how just very wormy he was. Like as soon as Zane and his men come by, he's like, "So, where's the money?
Where's the money? What are we doing this? He's like, I was just waiting for one of them to go. Did you seriously think we were actually going to pay you? 8 of us, well, probably like 12 of us, armed to the teeth. You've got skates. What are you planning on doing here, Vicky? Guy, you've got 2 sisters that barely know what they're doing. What is the actual plan here?
Yeah, he definitely came in unprepared.
Slightly. After calling a person associated with Kingpin, he thought he was going to get the one up on them unarmed. Bit of an idiot, Vicky, just a touch.
To quote Iron Man from the Avengers, not a great plan.
Not a great plan. Yeah, they dedicated most of this to the fight in the rink, which was a good idea because it was kind of all over the place, but all over the place in a good way. And a lot of good action, and this is the kind of action I want to get back to. Simple street fight, beat the piss out of each other. I miss that in some superhero shows because you don't get that much anymore.
Same.
Even in Shang-Chi, you have to have magical dragons fighting each other. Like, no, I'm okay with just having superheroes beat the shit out of each other. I'm very okay with that.
I think what I want moving forward in the MCU is the TV shows are just street level things, and the movies can be cosmic and all of that.
It'd be the best way to do it because they could have a small level storyline that has nothing to do with the big movies and just bring it all together, have their own little street thing, and then magically, if you need them to pop up an Avengers film, oh boy, here they are. That's
and here's the thing, that's what the Netflix film or the Netflix series were when the MCU before Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. The MCU shows kind of filled that space.
Yeah. MCU shows. You need to put that in massive brackets because that was, hey, every now and then we're going to say the Hulk existed in a poster in the back shot of an office in freaking Daredevil.
Right. Because Jeff Loeb and I promoter were like, no. These are our things. You have your things.
And I also, somehow, Colton Hunt, if you see this, buddy, I feel so bad for you. They've went out of their way to say that these shows are canon, but they could not care less, buddy. Could not care less. Actively couldn't care less about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who actually had an MCU character show up in it.
Yep.
And actively cleaned up after known TV events or movie events. They're like, nah, we're just striking that one for the record books, period. love how that is just the redheaded stepchild of any MCU like, technically Iron Fist is canon over Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That is bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna...
Getting back to this episode, the stuff with Maya and her family is just it's the reason why I'm enjoying this show.
Mhm.
Because I really am liking getting to know Maya's family and why she is the way that she is.
Mhm. And I'm enjoying any show that wants to give me a knockout, drag-out brawl with Dragula playing in the background.
Yes.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, okay, MCU, what are we doing now? This is the kind of shit you realize there was other music. We had all of our rap songs for a while. We had to get back into rock. If we're going to do something different, I'm okay with some Rob Zombie and some other things. Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, her family dynamic is great. You're figuring something out with the grandma, figuring out wherever we're going with that. Don't know. Maybe it'll be in the next episode. I have a feeling we're going to have a... Speaking of the old Netflix shows, Jessica Jones and the Purple Man style sit down in a house where neither of them really do anything, but they have a very intense chat.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me so much. My favorite quote of maybe in any of those MCU, those Netflix shows, but especially in the first seasons of Jessica Jones, where she's talking about her... Purple Man's talking about how his powers are a curse and Jessica's not buying, and he's like, really? The other day, a man stepped out of me in traffic and I told him to go fuck himself. Can you even imagine? Jessica! Oh, David Tennant was great in that.
He was.
Yeah. Just is a really good episode. That's probably my favorite episode they've done so far.
It's definitely my favorite episode so far.
Yeah, the action was great. Storytelling was good. You're getting a little bit more family drama in there. You get the cool little upgrade for her leg, which I thought was nice. And they're bringing up more of her heritage. I like how all the episode titles are the names of the character in the flashback. At least that's what it's seeming like.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. I like that.
I like how she's showing, I want to say, homages or signs of her heritage and everything that she does, even though she's not fully aware of it. She's doing the things that when she was the one that ran away from all of it, that would even so it's that ingrained into her. Even though she ran away, it's still all there. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like that. Having a rather sick of his life Kingpin showing up at the end there.
Kingpin looks like in that shot, it looks like he just like rolled out of bed, like threw on a jacket and just like, hi, I'm here.
He's looking at Maya like she's a dog that for the third time in 45 minutes said it had to go to the bathroom at 3:00 in the morning.
Yep.
What are we doing? Are you actually going to do something now? We're talking, or your ass is getting locked up. Yeah, it's a good setup for the next episode. Like I said, this one was a lot more action oriented. The freaking whipping, the using his like nunchucks and whips, the freaking
the gun controllers,
the light gun controllers, chucking the balls off the machine. Everything was used to great effect. That was something else. That was awesome. More of that fight choreography, please. More scrappy fighting. If they're going to get some of that in the Daredevil TV show, like the old school stuff, that I'm okay with.
And I hope we see Alakwa Cox again
I hope so.
in the MCU, because I don't have like hard numbers or anything, but I heard that this show performed pretty well.
That's good.
And that that is very encouraging.
It is, because even if the quality of the show is not as the standard as what everyone else is saying it is, it's not her fault.
No,
and it's not her
not
character's
at all.
fault. She is on the ass end of them reevaluating their plans for how they want to do stuff. So, however the show may end up, it's like when people get mad at lines in movies and they get mad at the actor. I'll never get that. He just sounded really dumb the entire movie. Cool. He didn't write the movie. What are you all talking? Like, anytime that complaint gets brought up, I'm just like, cool. So you don't actually understand how a movie's made? I'm really glad you're the one making complaints right now. Sometimes called a scriptwriter.
I can understand if like maybe someone put in a bad performance, like, but most of the time it falls on the creative team.
It does because believe it or not, you can sometimes make a salad out of a shit sandwich, but it's not often. It is a lot harder to make a good movie out of a bad script than to make a bad movie out of a good script. But a lot of people like to forget that. But yeah, this is cool. I'm not like, I don't know exactly where this is going because now we're going to have, I suppose we only have 2 episodes left. So Kingpin is there. So I guess she wouldn't be going to New York. So we still could have everything just handle in the town there. I don't know what else you're going to, with only 2 episodes left. I don't know what to think. Because in the grand scheme of things, not a lot has happened in this show. You had her blow up a weapons depot and then get an attack called off by Kingpin, which makes a lot of sense considering he was in town already. He's like, no, I'm going to handle it. I'm at her house. Let her go.
Yeah, so now I'm really wondering what's next. Is there going to be some one-on-one combat or
I don't know, because they haven't introduced another combat-capable character in the entire show.
Yeah, so not really sure where else this can go.
Yeah, I'm really not sure either. So we're going to have to see what happens of the town, or if somehow the family helps her fight Kingpin. I have no idea. All we know is that Biscuits and Grandma are at church and Kingpin's at the house. And that the uncle is willing to help her. How? I don't know. But he's willing to help her. So I'm excited to see what it is and what's going on. This is one where I got nothing on even thinking of what the next step is. I don't know how the show ends, but it's in a weird spot where you want Kingpin to be the street level Thanos. You can't have him take 2 straight L's to Echo.
Right. So they got to figure something out to make him to make him feel like he has a larger presence.
You need to make him feel intimidating. Yeah. We'll see how they handle it. They'll figure it out. I don't really got anything else. So, Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media at Captain K42. You guys can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and that place at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You can escape, so do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid0, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. And also forgot to mention, we've gotten the podcast back up and going 2 months in a row. Pretty excited about that. This will be uploaded. These will be uploaded after the podcast is out because the podcast will be out on Friday. So that'll be a fun time. We're having a good time with that. We're having a good time with this and got stuff going again. But all right, we will talk to you all later. Bye.